I came to know Christ at about 12 years old. My brother had gone to visit a lady across the street from us, and she led him to the Lord. And when he came back, there was something different in him. I saw it. Something about him changed. And I said, Mom, I want to go talk to this lady. So she said, yeah, no problem. So she set it up. I went to talk to her, and she led me to the Lord. And I knew when I walked out of her house and walked back across the street, I was like, I felt something, and I knew something was changed. So I grew up knowing the Lord. And I was raised in church. My parents brought me to church every Sunday, twice on Sunday. We went to a morning church, and then we had evening church. But when I ventured on my own, I still went to church, but I slowly slipped away from God. And, He wasn't holding me there. And I used to feel like, well, I went to church, so I was serving God. And that kind of sounds so funny. I felt like I was doing it more of an obligation. I really didn't have a hunger for God yet. I drank alcohol. I used tobacco. I smoked and dipped Copenhagen for 29 years. And then I quit drinking in March of 91 because I knew I had an alcohol problem. But at that point, I still wasn't really serving God. But I knew God would take it from me. And he did. And then in '04 is when a friend of mine saw me putting tobacco in my mouth, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He said, why don't you quit that? I said, yeah, I'm going to quit it one day. I've tried a bunch of times, but it's just, it's been one of those, battles. I said, but one day I'll just ask God to take it from me. And he's a pastor. And he said, what's wrong with today? I'm like, oh, snap. So we prayed right there in his office at the police department in Alexandria. And I never, not one time, had an urge again. But I truly knew that God was going to take it from me, and I gave it to him. God tells us in the Word, he said, I will never leave you or forsake you. He never did. When those years when I was not serving him, that was me leaving him and forsaking him. But he was right there. He was no further than this far away that I could push him. And when I came to the realization that I could not live without God being the center of my life, that's when I really had this fire that started in me again. My name is Don Bradley, and I serve a real God.